All right, so we've done all the things, right? We've designed the facility, we've understood its feasibility, we've built the facility, we've got it operated. Now we need some events in there. This is a big deal, honestly, for most venues. Not as big for a lot of college venues, but you still see some booking and things like that, some hosting that goes on. NCAA tournaments, right? You get all kind of different facilities, the one in Omaha, Louisville, Rupp Arena in Lexington, hosting regionals, first and second rounds, all those things. Dayton always hosts the first four, and then various venues will compete to host the final four. Similar with a Super Bowl, right? You may not think that NFL venues are going out and doing a lot of booking, but they are responding to proposals, and that's really important. And then you've got other venues, NBA venues, convention centers, places like that, that rely on booking, and that's really important to their business model. All of this comes back to marketing being such a key piece of this. You have to have marketed your venue to these people in a way that explains that you are capable of hosting these events, that you are the best host for these events. A lot of times the bids may come down to money, but they'll come down to other things too. In the NFL, climate matters. The number of hotels matter, which a team may not have control over. What they can control is they can build a dome. If Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis wasn't a dome stadium, Indy would never host a Super Bowl. But they do host Super Bowls because they built this in a way and they've marketed themselves as a city that does really well with these events. So the marketing aspect there is really, really important. And a lot of times in facility management and venue management, we're talking about marketing directly to those people who are putting in bids, doing traveling shows, doing those things who are going to book with us. That piece of marketing is very important. You can, however, use marketing to increase your ticket sales. Venues that do that: Wrigley, Fenway, Madison Square Garden. These are bucket list places that people want to go to see the venue, and they may not care much about the Cubs. But if you're in Chicago, all right, I'll go check out Wrigley Field because it's old, it's historic. It's been marketed as beautiful, historic Fenway Park or Wrigley Field, which may or may not be the case. Sometimes if you hear a facility is marketed as historical, it probably means it's a dump. But they want you to think that it's nice and that it's fancy. And so, if you think of Wrigley and Fenway, two ballparks that I love, and I've been to Wrigley several times, great place. But there's obstructed seating there. There's not good concourses. They've had to do a lot in renovations just to get it up to standard. Same thing with Fenway. There are lots of seats in Fenway where you're sitting behind a concrete pole and you're looking at this instead of looking at the ball game. So I mean that can happen, but it's all about how you market it and how you position it, right? I'm sure there's somebody who's listening to this that is so offended that I said something bad about Fenway Park, and that's all because of marketing, and they've done a really good job with that. So when we talk about venue marketing, we kind of talk about both sides, the consumer side and then that booking side as well, that we've got to market to are people who are putting out requests for proposals, be that the NCAA, be that an artist with concerts and tours, or their booking agent, which is probably Live Nation, or someone else. That it's really important that we market to all groups.